One of the foundations of human health. One of the foundations of human health is that every cell can be filled with energy. Energy comes from the burning of the sugar, protein, or fat we consume. This combustion process largely depends on oxygen, much like a car engine. Therefore, sufficient oxygen can increase the body's energy levels, which helps maintain normal brain function and strengthens our immune system. This is why many pregnant women and hospitalized patients need oxygen, as their bodies have an increased demand for it. Inhaling oxygen is the most direct method to improve the body's oxygen supply. So, are there other natural ways to increase blood oxygen levels besides inhaling oxygen? In today's content, I will tell you about 9 methods. Be sure to watch until the end, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so we can meet again. First, to determine whether the body's oxygen supply is sufficient, we only need to do some simple tests, just like measuring blood pressure or heart rate. We need to measure the blood oxygen level, which can evaluate how much oxygen your red blood cells carry. The first test must be done in a hospital. A nurse will collect blood from the artery in your wrist and then analyze the blood gases with a machine to measure the oxygen level in the blood. However, this is an invasive method and is not used as a routine test. Next, there is a non-invasive test you can do at home. It measures blood oxygen saturation with a small device called a pulse oximeter. You can clip it onto your finger, and it continuously collects data. The device I have can measure both blood oxygen and pulse. Normally, blood oxygen saturation should be between 95% and 100%. Below 95% is usually considered abnormal, and below 92%, accompanied by headaches, shortness of breath, coughing, rapid heartbeat, and changes in skin or lip color, should be considered hypoxemia. This can lead to hypoxia and adversely affect organ health, so you should see a doctor as soon as possible. Anemia, asthma, pneumonia, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, heart disease, and sleep apnea are all causes of hypoxemia. In addition to examining and treating the root causes of these diseases, I also have some lifestyle and dietary suggestions. First, eat iron-rich foods because iron is a fundamental component of hemoglobin and red blood cells. People living in low-oxygen environments need more red blood cells to transport oxygen. If you visit the Qinghai Tibet Plateau for the first time, you will find it challenging to adapt because your red blood cell count is insufficient to transport enough oxygen. However, over time, your body will produce enough red blood cells to adapt to the hypoxic environment. Similarly, people with hypoxemia need more iron and protein to produce hemoglobin. Iron deficiency is common among children, pregnant women, women of childbearing age, athletes, and the elderly, so they must pay attention to their iron intake, which is very important. The primary sources of iron are lean meat and organs from animals. Plants also contain iron, but plant iron is less absorbable than animal iron. Second, drink beetroot juice because it is rich in nitrates. If your oral microbiome and stomach acid levels are normal, drinking beetroot juice helps your body synthesize more nitric oxide, a critical chemical for dilating blood vessels and lowering blood pressure, thus increasing oxygen supply to tissues and organs. Besides beetroot juice, you can eat dark chocolate, green leafy vegetables, and nuts to boost nitric oxide levels and improve oxygen supply. Third, eat foods rich in creatine. Muscles and the brain contain abundant creatine, which helps produce ATP, the primary energy source for most cells. When ATP is depleted, cells will try to produce more ATP. Essentially, more creatine can lead to more ATP. The body can convert glycine, arginine, and methionine into creatine, quickly acting when muscles need power. This is why many athletes use creatine supplements to enhance muscle performance and training results. Studies show that 2 weeks of creatine supplementation can improve muscle strength and lung function in recovering COPD and asthma patients. Creatine can also prevent mental fatigue, and studies have found that creatine supplementation can significantly increase oxygen utilization in the brain. To increase creatine, eat more animal foods, especially seafood, beef, pork, dairy, and eggs. Fourth, supplement enough vitamins C and E. When the body's antioxidant status decreases or reactive oxygen species increase due to metabolic needs, oxidative stress occurs. Reactive oxygen species, containing oxygen molecules, easily react with other molecules in cells, damaging DNA, RNA, and proteins, leading to cell death. Oxidative stress can cause lung disease and breathing problems. A 2018 study found that co-supplementation of vitamins C and E significantly increased oxygen levels in patients with lung injury because these vitamins act as antioxidants to capture reactive oxygen species and reduce their damage to the body. Besides obtaining vitamins C and E from food and supplements, we should also minimize refined carbohydrates since sugar competes with vitamin C in the body. Fifth, mastering proper breathing techniques can improve lung breathing efficiency. Normally, our lungs are elastic like balloons. If you have lung disease or hypoxemia, or more commonly, if you are old, your lungs will gradually lose elasticity, and your muscles will gradually weaken. The diaphragm, the most crucial muscle for breathing, also loses strength and cannot function effectively. What can you do? Remember that muscles can be trained, and so can the diaphragm. By practicing diaphragmatic breathing, you can restore and regain control of the diaphragm, helping to pull the lungs for breathing and increasing blood oxygen levels. When practicing diaphragmatic breathing, relax your neck and shoulders, inhale through your nose until your lungs fill with air, feel your belly slowly inflate, and exhale slowly through your mouth, making the exhalation time 2 to 3 times longer than the inhalation time. Practicing for 5 to 10 minutes daily can help. One thing to note, if you have breathing problems, don't overdo it at the beginning, as it may cause dizziness. Sixth, engage in appropriate physical exercise based on your condition, which can also improve oxygen supply. When we exercise, our heart and lungs work hard to deliver oxygen more efficiently throughout the body. As long as you exercise within your physical limits, constantly stimulating your body will make it stronger. In addition to gaining strong muscles, you will also achieve good cardiopulmonary function. Seventh, if you smoke, you must quit. Smoking is significantly related to many chronic diseases and deaths because cigarettes contain thousands of harmful chemicals, causing hypoxemia, COPD, chronic bronchitis, and lung cancer. Don't underestimate the power of cigarettes. Studies have found that smoking 1 pack daily can cause tissue hypoxia, cell dysfunction, and cell death. Smoking also affects blood vessels, making them narrower and less elastic, leading to high blood pressure. If smokers quit, their blood nicotine and carbon monoxide levels will drop by more than half after just 8 hours, and oxygen levels will gradually return to normal. After 3 days, the lungs will start to clean themselves, the bronchial tubes will begin to relax, and lung capacity will increase. A month later, coughing and shortness of breath will decrease. If combined with physical exercise, your body will feel better. Eighth, magnesium deficiency can also affect oxygen supply. When we inhale air into the lungs, oxygen can enter the bloodstream through the blood vessels. Magnesium deficiency may cause calcium deposits, constricting the airways and making breathing difficult, commonly seen in asthma patients. Therefore, supplementing magnesium may improve asthma and shortness of breath symptoms and oxygen supply. Eating dark chocolate, pumpkin seeds, avocados, and bananas can provide sufficient magnesium. Ninth, if you've made it this far, I think this point is significant. It's more important than the previous 8 points. Let's take a car engine as an example. The engine needs fuel and oxygen to burn and provide continuous energy for the car. However, there is a crucial point, the spark plug. If the car cannot ignite, even with sufficient oxygen and fuel, it is useless. Today's video aims to increase blood oxygen to ultimately increase the body's energy. Therefore, if your body has enough fuel, sufficient sugar, fat, and protein, and your body is not anemic, oxygen can be transported to cells normally. However, if you lack thiamine, vitamin B1, it is like the car engine has no spark plug, leading to pseudohypoxia, similar to hypoxia. In modern society, high-sugar diets consume large amounts of thiamine, and eating refined carbohydrates provides less thiamine, resulting in functional thiamine deficiency in most people. We will do a special feature on thiamine deficiency, so stay tuned. Today's topic on hypoxia ends here. Thank you very much for sticking with me. If you think the content is good, please share it. If you think I missed something, leave your comments to encourage me to create more content. Thanks again.